Over the past decade or so, not only has the rate of young people getting cosmetic procedures skyrocketed, but the phenomenon that's happening on social media is that you're seeing a new level of transparency.
Today is a massive day for me because I am getting my first ever filler done.
I'm about to get all these needles on my face. I'm scared.
My name is May and I'm 22. I'm a student, I go to Solent Uni. From this documentary, I'd say that I'd quite like to know about the lifelong impact that cosmetic surgery has. Like, is it going to be more positive or more negative? Initially, I booked an appointment to get my nose done for liquid rhinoplasty, just to smooth this bump. And I paid the deposit. I never ended up going. I've considered other things, in the future I'm going to get Botox on my forehead, just because I don't know if you can see the wrinkles. It's so I've done cheer this is my 4th year. There's a lot more beauty standards that I've considered since joining cheer, just being a lot slimmer, just because you see so many girls on the team are quite petite and very toned. Probably made me want to look more perfect since joining cheer, definitely. A lot of girls and boys, everyone kind of follows people they look up to just because of how they look. I'd say I'm not fully happy with myself yet, but I think I'm content for now, but there's definitely things I would change if I could. Depends what I find out. The all-party parliamentary group on beauty, aesthetics and wellbeing said last year the non-surgical cosmetic treatment industry had undergone rapid growth. An estimated 900,000 Botox injections are carried out in the UK each year. 900,000? That is criminal. A rise in body dysmorphia disorder among practitioners and patients was fueling the trend. It could be present in up to 10% of those seeking treatment, with up to 80% of body dysmorphia disorder patients dissatisfied with the outcome. Imagine going through it all and then being one of the 80% of people that's just not happy with the process. It would have cost a lot of money as well to just say you're not happy.
After some research, May decided that it would be best to have a talk with her cheerleading friends.
So how do you think that cheer impacts your self-image?
It is sometimes hard to compare yourself to other people that are on the team.
I feel like I compare myself a lot to elite athletes.
I was the tallest flyer on the team, so I'd kind of look at the other flyers and be like, damn, I wish I was a bit smaller, because they just made it look really easy.
So how do you think that social media impacts your self-image?
I think it does just kind of bring a lot of people down when they're constantly comparing themselves to others.
I think there's a really unrealistic goal that has just been set out in society.
Obviously you can edit photos, people look amazing on Instagram, you're like, I wish I looked like that. I would be happier with my body if I didn't have social media.
Yeah, realistically, you're never going to be happy with your body, sadly the truth.
Have you guys ever considered getting any form of cosmetic surgery?
I have definitely thought about having something just to help with how I see myself.
I've gone as far as booking consultations and everything. I think it will improve the way I see myself.
I have definitely thought of it, some lip filler, a nose job.
I've definitely thought about having a nose job and maybe a facelift. Definitely when I was younger, I thought about getting a boob job, for sure.
Now with her friend's opinion, May went to talk to someone who has had some work done before.
I found this influencer called Alicia. She's based in Southampton, but she's openly said she's had cosmetic surgery done. It could be worth seeing her and asking about her perspective, maybe if social media has impacted her decision to get cosmetic surgery.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You've had some cosmetic procedures done. Do you mind going into a bit more detail about what you've had done?
Of course. So first was breast augmentation and I was 19. Botox, I've had nose filler, cheek filler. Luckily, I didn't end up in a bad situation. There's supposedly nothing wrong with the implants that I have.
It's really good that you had such a good experience overall. You didn't really have any complications, which is really good.
Yes.
So have the cosmetic procedures you've had affected your self-esteem in any way?
I think they've probably improved my self-esteem. Obviously, there's a lot of people where it doesn't, and that's when it becomes an issue. But I remember going out for dinner and just taking selfies and being like, I never take selfies, but I like these. Why do I like these? And then I remembered, because some filler takes a month or two to develop, and that was one of those. And I was like, oh, okay, so now it's making a visible difference to me, that I'm enjoying taking certain pictures more and I'm not picking at myself in other ways.
Do you think that cosmetic surgery is normalised, like, for young people?
I think it's normalised in the sense that it's a lot more accepted because it's changed from being something that was quite drastic and the results were quite drastic. It's a lot now more about like the small changes that you make rather than complete huge changes.
Maybe like 10 years ago, or like probably less than that, like a lot of the bad pictures of like people's procedures had come out rather than the good ones.
Yeah.
Would you say like influencers and celebrities being more vocal about the procedures that they've had done, like, is beneficial, like, nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely. People being open about what they've had done is so much more important because then you understand what you're comparing yourself to.
Would you like have like any advice for me? Like I've considered like getting my nose done and like a breast augmentation.
I would say if it's something that you're really set on and it's something that makes you feel uncomfortable, like without it, then it is something to look into. There is a lot to consider because it is a big commitment. Yeah. Like it is like someone's literally cutting your face, breaking a bone and putting it back together. Like it's not, it is played down by also it being more normal. However, it is still a big procedure.
Such good advice. It's like, well, thank you so much for meeting me today.
Thank
and
you.
for giving me so much advice as well, because I feel a lot more prepared now if I was to go forward.
Good, good.
I think she just was like so insightful with everything and gave really good advice. Now like I've met someone that's had such a positive experience, I definitely would like to do a consultation.
And a few days later, that is exactly what happened.
So today I'm going to CS Aesthetic Injector Nurse for a consultation just to get a professional opinion and see what they have to offer. We weren't permitted to film in there, unfortunately, but I got a really, really good insight, and I think I might have even been swayed to potentially book for next year. So I've had a really good experience so far, just by getting all the positive information, but I'd really like to look at the flip side of maybe the not so nice and negative side of cosmetic surgery. So I found a couple of videos just talking about the dangerous side of cosmetic surgery in the UK.
This is Britain's backstreet surgery scandal. I can't see. You don't need to see, you feel it. Okay? Scary, but release not. You can see she's okay, yeah? You're alright, yeah? There's no pain, everything is fine.
There's like blood everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Despite not even finishing the basic training, she still passed the course and leaves with a certificate.
I assume that the results from that were not like anything what the client wanted, like, and still like be given a certificate and like be able to do it by yourself is like a bit concerning, really. I found the making of this documentary really positive. I've definitely got a better insight overall to like the positives and negatives of cosmetic surgery. All the facts and questions that I needed to be answered, like, definitely have been now. Compared to like the beginning of my journey, I obviously had like a couple of procedures I wanted to get done. I might do like my nose still. I think I wouldn't get like my breast augmented like yet, but I think that I still would consider getting my nose done, especially after speaking to the clinician. Be a lot more cautious if I was going to ever consider having thorough like, surgery done. After seeing like the botched jobs and hearing about how much can go wrong, I'd only do like very minor procedures. Just enhancing what you already have, I think, can help you to feel more confident.